Hey YouTube, today we're going to install the 52-inch Devron ceiling fan by Hampton Bay. When this is done, you'll be able to turn your fan Devron and Devron off. Alright? Alright? If you found this video, you might be stuck in an installation point and you're looking for some guidance. We're here to do just that. We're going to cover the entire installation from unboxing to turning it on and off and everything in between. So, stick with us. If you want to fast forward to a certain point, use the links below. It'll take you right to that point in the installation. You don't have to waste time watching everything else. But if you want to see all the features and how to install it step by step, this is your video. We're here to help. If you like this video, click like and subscribe at the end. That'll help other people find the video too. So before starting any electrical project, you want to make sure that the electric is turned off at the wall switch and at the breaker box. And you want to test the wires to make sure that they're not live. If you have any questions whatsoever about working with electricity and you don't feel comfortable, please consult with a licensed electrician. This fan is easy to install. It's got a slide-on mounting bracket. It's got AccuArm blade arms with captive screws. It's got quick install blades that just snap right into place. The fan is tri-mount. You can hang it from an angled ceiling, a standard flat ceiling, or if you have a low ceiling, you can hang it without the downrod and do a flush mount installation. As you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan. We're just going to look at the manual on the parts page to make sure that we have everything before getting started, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first off, we have the canopy ring, and the mounting bracket. This comes pre-assembled, and we'll show you in the first step how to remove the mounting bracket to get started. You have the light kit itself. It's got the pull chain included. You have the ball and downrod assembly. There's the motor collar cover. You have 5 AccuArm blade arms with the captive screws. You have 5 reversible blades. These come in dark English oak and walnut finishes. You have the 4 9.5 watt LED bulbs, 4 glass shades, this hardware pack that includes the pull chain extensions, the wire nuts, and the rubber grommet for close to ceiling mounting. And last but not least, you have the fan motor. Now just an important note about the fan motor is at the bottom here you'll see this tag. This is just letting you know that the screwdriver will go through the switch cup here to attach the blade arms. You're not going to be able to attach them going through here. You have to use this access hole in the motor. Also, before we get started, a couple tools that we're going to need. We're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a set of wire cutters and strippers. We like to use a voltage line tester to make sure that the wires aren't live before we get started. You'll also need some electrical tape, and of course a ladder. And one last note, if you're just replacing a light fixture in your house, chances are the outlet box might need to be changed. If you're replacing a ceiling fan, chances are the outlet box is fine. Whatever the case is, you want to make sure that your outlet box says acceptable for fan support on the inside. So that about does it. We're ready to begin.
The mounting bracket comes pre-assembled inside the canopy with the canopy ring. Remove the canopy ring by twisting it counterclockwise. This will expose the screws and allow you to remove the mounting bracket from the canopy. The mounting bracket is held in by 4 screws. There are 2 slotted screws and 2 standard screws. Begin by removing and saving the 2 standard screws. Once you've removed and saved the standard screws, loosen but do not remove the 2 screws in the slots of the canopy. Once those 2 screws are loosened, simply twist to remove the mounting bracket. This fan includes a slide-on mounting bracket to make installation quick and easy. To install the mounting bracket, you'll first need to loosen the 2 screws in the outlet box. Next, feed the house wires through the mounting bracket and align the slots of the mounting bracket with the 2 loosened screws in the outlet box and slide into place. Then, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both of the screws of the outlet box to secure the mounting bracket. Make sure both screws are completely tightened before proceeding. For close to ceiling mounting without the downrod, you'll first need to remove the decorative ring from the bottom of the canopy. Do so by pressing the 3 studs inside the canopy, which will allow you to remove the bottom canopy ring. Next, use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save 3 of the 6 screws on top of the motor housing. This will be every other screw. Once those screws are removed and saved, take the rubber gasket from the hardware pack and route the wires through the rubber gasket and place the rubber gasket on top of the motor. The large holes of the rubber gasket will align with the screws that are remaining in the motor housing, and the small holes will align with the screw holes from the screws that were removed and saved. Then, route the wires through the canopy ring. Make sure the notches of the canopy ring are facing towards the ceiling. Then, route the wires through the bottom of the canopy. Place the canopy on top of the rubber gasket. The large notch cutouts inside the canopy will align with the screws that are remaining in the motor, and the screw holes of the canopy will align with the screw holes from the screws that were removed and saved. Attach the canopy to the motor housing by using the screws that were removed and saved. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to insert the screw into the screw hole and completely tighten. Repeat for the 2 remaining screws. Make sure all 3 screws are completely tightened before proceeding. For close to ceiling mounting, use the hole in the canopy and the hook on the mounting bracket to hold the fan in place when wiring. To do so, lift the fan motor assembly and place the hook from the mounting bracket inside the hole of the canopy. Do not use the slot of the canopy as it may fall, and do not leave this fan unattended while it's hanging in this position. For standard downrod installation, begin by routing the wires through the canopy ring, making sure that the slots of the canopy ring are facing towards the ceiling. Next, unwrap the ceiling fan lead wire and gently stretch it out. Once the wires are stretched out, it's a good idea to twist the ends of the wires together to make it easier to insert into the downrod. Next, gently pull the ground wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly, and insert the downrod into the canopy so that the rod portion exits the smallest hole of the canopy. Then, place the decorative motor collar cover onto the downrod so that the rod portion exits the largest hole of the motor collar cover. Then, take the wires from the fan and insert them into the downrod portion so that the wires exit through the ball portion of the ball and downrod assembly. Gently pull the wires through. Before installing the downrod, you'll need to use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove the set screw located on the motor collar. As an added security feature, this fan features a safety tab on the motor collar that will lock with the hole in the downrod should it ever loosen over time. To install the downrod, simply thread it into the motor collar and hand twist to tighten. Once the downrod is completely tightened, use a Phillips head screwdriver to retighten the set screw on the motor collar. Make sure the set screw is completely tightened before proceeding. Once the set screw is completely tightened, simply slide the decorative motor collar cover down to cover the motor collar. If installing the fan with the included downrod, it's a good idea to trim the wires before proceeding. To do so, measure about a foot from the top of the ball and downrod assembly and cut using a pair of wire cutters. Next, trim about 3/4 of an inch of insulation from each wire. Once that's done, the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan with the downrod, it's important to note the tab inside the mounting bracket that aligns with the slot of the ball and downrod assembly. When properly installed, that slot of the ball will align with the tab in the mounting bracket and lock in place to prevent wobble or movement. To hang the fan, lift the entire assembly up towards the mounting bracket and place the ball inside the mounting bracket. Note the location of the slot of the ball and the tab of the mounting bracket. Slide the ball into the mounting bracket and rotate the entire assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab of the mounting bracket. Begin wiring the fan by taking the green ground wire from the downrod and the green ground wire from the mounting bracket and twisting those 2 wires together. Then, twist those 2 wires together with the bare copper house wire. This is your ground connection. Secure that connection using one of the included plastic wire nuts and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the fan's black wire and blue wire and twist those two strands together. Then, take those two wires and twist those together with the black wire from the house. This is the house's hot power wire. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the fan and twist that wire together with the white wire from the house. This is the neutral connection. Once those wires are twisted together, secure the connection with an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. The plastic wire nuts and electrical tape will make sure that the connections don't become loosened over time and cause the fan to malfunction. Tuck the wires back up into the outlet box and then align the slots of the canopy with the two screws that were loosened in the mounting bracket and twist to engage those screws. Once the canopy is attached, secure the canopy using the two screws that were removed and saved in the first step. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to insert the screws and completely tighten. Once those two screws are completely tighten the two remaining screws in the slots of the canopy. Make sure all four screws are tight. If installing with the close to ceiling method, once the wiring is complete, simply lift the fan assembly off the hook of the mounting bracket and align the slots of the canopy with the screws in the mounting bracket and twist to engage those screws. Secure the canopy using the screws that were removed and saved in the first step and make sure all four screws are completely tightened. To attach the canopy ring, align the four slots of the canopy ring with the four screws in the canopy. Then, lift the canopy ring towards the ceiling and push up and twist to engage the screws in the canopy and lock the canopy ring in place. Before installing the blade arms, you'll first need to remove the three motor stops that were pre-installed at the factory. To remove the rubber motor stops, insert a Phillips head screwdriver through the access hole in the switch cup and loosen the screws, and then remove and discard the rubber motor stop. Repeat for the two remaining rubber motor stops. These motor stops are pre-installed at the factory to keep the motor from moving during shipment. Once removed, they can be discarded. Now is a good time to remove and discard the screwdriver access hole notification tag. The AccuArm blade arms feature an alignment post to make installation easy and more secure. Simply align the post with the long slot in the bottom of the motor. Insert the post into the slot and the captive screws will automatically align with the screw holes in the bottom of the motor and make it easy to install. Then, insert a Phillips head screwdriver through the access hole of the switch cup to access the screws and completely tighten. Repeat this process for the four remaining blade arms. The quick installed blades simply slide and lock into place. Place the keyhole slots over the rubber grommets and pull away from the fan. The locking mechanism will lock the fan blade in place. To install the blades, place the keyhole slots over the rubber grommets on the blade arms and pull away from the fan. You'll hear the spring clip mechanism lock in place. This will secure the fan blades. Repeat this process for the four remaining blades. Before installing the light kit, you'll first need to remove and save three screws that are pre-assembled on the light kit. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen and remove and save the three screws. Next, remove and save the compression nut from each of the 4 light sockets. Wiring the fan is easy with the Easy Snap connectors. Simply take the blue wire from the light kit and attach that to the blue wire from the fan. Then attach the white wire from the light kit with the white wire from the fan. Once those connections are made, tuck the wires into the light kit and align the slot of the light kit with the reverse switch in the fan and the curved slot with the pull chain. Then push up and align the screw holes from the light kit with the screw holes in the switch cup. Next, use the 3 screws that were removed at the beginning of this step to secure the light kit to the fan. Insert the screws into the screw holes of the switch cup and secure the screws using a Phillips head screwdriver. The light shades are held in place using the compression nuts that were removed at the beginning of the light kit installation. Simply insert the shade into the socket fitter and secure the shade using the compression nut by screwing it onto each of the sockets. Repeat for the 3 remaining shades. Install the LED bulbs by simply screwing them into each socket. Attach the pull chain extensions by placing the end of the fan pull chain into the easy clip connector of the pull chain extension. Repeat for the remaining pull chain. The fan's reverse switch is located right above the lights. The fan comes preset from the factory to create a downward airflow for use in the hotter months. This pushes cool air into the room. In the cooler months, you may wish to reverse the airflow to pull warm air from the ceiling. In that case, simply reverse the position of the reverse switch. Make sure the fan is not running when adjusting the reverse switch. Now the installation is complete. Return power to the fan. The fan's light is controlled by the pull chain. The fan's speed is also controlled by the pull chain. Pull once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and again to turn the fan off. To operate the light kit, simply pull the chain to turn on and pull the chain to turn off. Congratulations! Give yourself a pat on the back. This install is done. Grab a cold beverage and enjoy your brand new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below. That'll help other people find it too. And as we always say, keep it breezy.